Hello everyone, my name is Shyam Manavat and I welcome all of you to this video. In the last video, we have discussed about the offer letter and what are the steps to be taken care. Now in today's video, as I promised last time, we are going to discuss about the CAS, Confirmation of Acceptance for Studies. Alright? Okay, so let's get started. So as I said, there are 4 stages in your entire journey. One is receiving offer letter from the university, having CAS, which is Confirmation of Acceptance for Studies, applying for visa, collecting visa documents, applying for visa, and then going for enrollment. So today we are going to discuss about the second step, which is second stage, which is CAS. Okay. So before we start, we should understand what is CAS and how does it look like. So I have one sample in front of you of University of Huddersfield. Mostly the CAS looks like almost same. What is important there is to see this is not the offer letter, right? Okay, this is CAS statement. Yeah. In the CAS statement, you will find CAS number, detail of the student, and the sponsor license number. Now, this is sponsor license number is the license number given by UKVI to the university to release these CAS letters. So this CAS letter is very important. And remember, you can only use this CAS once in your lifetime. Okay, so if there is any issue with your visa and if you need new CAS, then you have to reapply and you have to do the entire process once again. So be very careful while applying for visa using the CAS. All right. Okay. So you have CAS statement, detail of the student, detail of the CAS number. That's a unique number for every student. Sponsor number is the number of the university. The course details out here, which entry are you going for, the duration of the course and course starting date, end date. ATS, this is also one of the document. Well, this we'll talk in some other video, but here for this student, the ATS is not required. ATS is required usually for the students who are applying for courses related to mechanical engineering, aerospace engineering. Alright, so we'll discuss about the ATS in some other video. Now, in the CAS statement, university also mentioned the evidence used to obtain the offer letter. So when you have applied to the university has given you the offer letter, then what are the details have you sent to the university in order to get the offer letter? So all the documents, the degree, mark sheet, certificate, the IELTS score or any other English proficiency score, your the level of English proficiency which you are showing up in during your application, the total tuition fee, the scholarship received, the amount which you paid to the university, and have you studied previously or not. So you have all these details, you will get all these details in terms of the CAS statement, because this CAS statement you are going to use to apply for visa. So this is your document, not the offer letter. Offer letter has nothing to do when you apply for visa. CAS statement is something which you need to use when you apply for visa. Alright, so as I said, today we'll only focus on CAS. We'll talk about the visa documentation and visa procedure in some other video. Okay, now I hope you understood what is CAS and how does it look like. Now we'll go on the second point of this video, which is the document required for CAS. So the document which you need to have to apply request for CAS to the university, you are going to request to have the CAS statement to the university, that Mr. University, please give me the CAS statement. All right. Okay. So what are the documents required? Deposit receipt. So as you can see here, university has mentioned that you have paid £5,000. So prove it. So you have, if you remember in the previous video, I have mentioned to you about the deposit amount, the deposit fees which you have to pay to accept the offer letter in some cases, right? Or I should say in majority of the cases. So that deposit receipt you need to get. Okay, so if you have paid the deposit through bank transfer, then there is something called TT receipt, telegraphic transfer receipt. Okay, so that you will get from bank, not the currency exchange. Okay, it's not the currency exchange. Bank sometimes give you that currency exchange receipt that you have purchased this much of currency to pay the fee. No, not that. TT receipt is different than that. Okay, if you have got any confusion about TT receipt, you can WhatsApp us on the number showing up on your screen. All right. Okay. And we can provide you the sample. All right. So next is show money. Okay. So deposit receipt. What university would like to know whether you have paid the money if they asked for it, Second is show money. So show money is the money which you have to show to satisfy your financial requirement. Okay, so your financial requirement is you need to have the balance tuition fee of 1 year and living expenses of again 1 year. Okay, and the balance tuition fee of 1 year and living expenses of 1 year. Okay, I mean this 1 year or usually they consider for 9 months. In UK they consider only for 9 months because they assume that for 3 months you are going to be on vacation, so you might not be in the country or so they look for only 9 months. Now this living expenses, officially you need to have the official expenses in your the official amount in your saving bank account or fixed deposit or education loan. Okay, you cannot assume that okay the my friend or my relatives is staying there, so I'm going to stay with them, so I don't need to show the living expenses. No, it's not like that. It's not going to work like that. You have to have the living expenses in form of the saving FD or education loan. I will come on the financial document in the coming part of this video. So now this living expenses differ whether you are what is the location of your university. If it is in and around London area, then the living expenses approximately, I'll tell you approximately, not exact. Okay, so approximately you can keep 12,500 pounds as the living expenses. That is this data is as on March 2023. Okay, March 2023. Okay, and if your university is outside London area, then you require 9,270 pounds, but I'll round it off to 9,500 pounds. It's always good to have little surplus in your bank account to show. Okay, so these are the approximate amount as I said. Okay, so officially it is, I mean exact value, don't worry about that, but keep this approximation value in your mind for the living expenses. Tuition fee, you are aware about the tuition fee, you have got the offer letter, so you know what's the total tuition fee and how much have you paid. So let's see in this case. So the for student the total tuition fee was 16,000 and scholarship received is 2,000 and the fee paid is 5,000. So all this will be subtracted, the scholarship amount and the deposit fee will be subtracted, and rest is you need to have in your bank account. Okay, so now I hope the balance tuition fee and living expenses, this part is clear to you. Now the accepted form of the funds in which and what are the forms of funds which are accepted to apply for CAS or to request CAS. But now we will see which are the accepted form, in which forms you can have funds with you to request for CAS statement. Okay, so one is fixed deposit. You can have it in fixed deposit form. Now the fund which I'm talking about, I'll be clear to you on this. This can be either in parents account or student account. Now we will see which are the accepted form, in which forms you can have funds with you to request for CAS statement. Okay, so one is fixed deposit. You can have it in fixed deposit form. Now the fund which I'm talking about, I'll be clear to you on this. This can be either in parents account or student account or including both. Okay, so it's not necessary that all the funds has to be in one bank account or in one bank, not necessary. Maybe if you are the applicant who's watching this video, so it can be in some part, can be in your bank account, some part can be in your mom's bank account, some part can be in your father's bank account. So club together, this is the fund which you need to show. What? The balance tuition fee plus living expenses. Okay, shall we take the example of this CAS? Okay, let's take example of this CAS. So in this case, 16,000 minus 2,000 minus 5,000. So 11 minus 5 is 9,000. So the balance tuition fee as per this particular program, for this particular student was 9,000 pounds. And Huddersfield is not in London area, so the living expenses which she was supposed to show at that time was 9,500 pounds. So total comes to what? 18,500 pounds. Okay, so again, if you get confused about the funds and how to show, as I said, I will leave the WhatsApp number in the YouTube description, in this video description. You can WhatsApp on that and we can help you out in this. So let's take this example. So as I said, 18,500 for this particular student, counting the balance tuition fee and living expenses. So she was supposed to show that much funds in form of FD, fixed deposit, saving bank account, fixed deposit, saving bank account, or education loan. Okay, so these three forms of funds are accepted for UK visa as well as the CAS request. Okay, so three forms. Remember, it's what? Fixed deposit, saving bank account, and education loan. Okay, if you try to use some other form of funds, maybe say mutual funds or PPF or say a provident fund of your parents or some other kind of funds, that will not be accepted in case of UK university, if you're applying for UK university and requesting for CAS. All right, so keep in mind FD, saving bank account, or education loan. Now this FD, saving bank account, or education loan, please don't get confused. It can be either one of them, or it can be addition of all three also. You need to show total funds. All right, now it is also it's also important to understand from which bank you should have these funds availability. You cannot have the funds availability in the cooperative bank, in post office. So these banking financial institutions are not accepted in UK to request for CAS as well as for visa. Right? So whatever is applicable for CAS, it's same applicable for visa application also. So make sure that you have it in the approved financial institution. So list of approved financial institution, the student who are enrolled with us, you have it in your Dropbox. We give you Dropbox access. So the list of all the bank which are accepted to apply for CAS or apply for visa is there. And if you are the one who's not enrolled with us as of now, and you want to know the list of institution which are accepted, then again you can WhatsApp and we will provide you the list of institution. But in general, I can tell you the banks which mostly you might be banking with. So ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, State Bank of India. So private and government, both banks will work, but it has to be part of the listed approved financial institution. So say Bank of Baroda, Axis Bank, or Union Bank of India. These are a few names which I have taken. There is a big list. You can have it in either one of those bank. You can have the bank statement or FD from either one of those banks. All right. So let's start. Let's see if you are showing in a fixed deposit. So for fixed deposit, these funds which you are showing has to be old fund. Okay. Now what is old fund? It has to be at least 28 days old. It has to be at least 28 days old kept in your account. It has to be at least 28 days old kept in your account. All right. So if it is fixed deposit, you should have this fixed deposit at least 28 days means, can we consider 1 month? I hope that's fine with you. So it should be kept in the bank at least a month before. So if it is fixed deposit, the fixed deposit should be at least a month old. All right. So when you book the fixed deposit, you will get a receipt from the bank. So you need to have the FD receipt with you. And the second document which is required related to FD is FD balance certificate. This is how the FD balance certificate look like. Fixed deposit balance certificate. Okay, you can pause the video. You can see what's the matter. What is the matter mentioned over here. And again, if you want a sample, we can provide it to you. Connect on the WhatsApp. Okay, student enrolled with us, you already have the samples mentioned in your Dropbox folder name financial documents. What is important here, the amount should be mentioned when the FD has been issued. So by this, the university will get to know that how old is FD, okay, and it should match with your FD receipt. You should have this conversion mention. You should have this mention of this. You should have the mention that this FD is more than 28 days old. Okay, so these are some important parts. So you can keep it as it is and just replace your information. The balance certificate has to be either on the letterhead of the bank, or it should be properly stamped, this round stamp of bank and bank manager stamp, and then name and signature of the bank statement, bank manager over here. All right. Okay. So this is about fixed deposit. Next is saving bank account. If you're showing your funds in the saving bank account form, then again you need to show the saving bank account statement of last 2 months. There should not be any kind of suspicious activity or suspicious transaction in that during this 2 months. All right. What do I mean by suspicious transaction? Maybe say if you borrow money from your friends or family in bulk, maybe say you have taken 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, so then it will reflect in your bank statement, and then the university might reject your request, okay, for CAS. So make sure that in these 2 months do not have any kind of suspicious activity. Keep less number of transactions. Keep the balance up to date. All right. So you required bank statement, okay, of the saving bank account. Second is we required the balance certificate. Okay. So balance certificate, here is the format with you. So you can go through, you can pause this video and go to the format. We have mention of the INR over here. We have mention of the pounds here. It's mentioned that this balance is it is kept in the account for more than 28 days. Okay, this fund is clearly unconditioned, available, immediately withdraw at any point of time. This statement is very important. You can see in the fixed deposit also, this statement is there in the certificate, because sometimes what happened that you have the fixed deposit. So there are different types of fixed deposit. All right. One type of fixed deposit is free. I mean, you can withdraw at any point of time before the maturity date also. You also have a locking period in the fixed deposit sometime. So this fixed deposit should not be that part of that locking period scheme. All right. So that's why university would like to see whether it is unconditional and available for immediate withdrawal. Okay, same case in saving bank account. Now third is education loan. So if you have taken education loan, then and so we required to see your loan letter. So it has a specific format, and in case to pay the deposit, if you have withdrawn some amount from the loan, then you also need disbursement letter from the bank. Okay. Now in this loan letter also has a specific format in case of UK university, or you're applying for CAS or visa. So again, format, student who are enrolled with us, you have the format with you in financial document. Sample is available there. Okay. And the other students, if you're watching this and you want the format, you can get in touch with us through WhatsApp. Okay. List of approved bank, as I said, we can provide it to you on WhatsApp, but I hope you understood more or less. It should not be cooperative bank or a small financial bank or post office. So those kind of institutions should not be there. So your fund should not be from these institutes. Right now, if you have the amount available in those institutes, I recommend you to withdraw that amount and keep in the bank which is approved. Okay. Yeah, mainly State Bank of India, ICICI, HDFC, Axis Bank, Bank of Baroda, Union Bank of India. These are mostly Kotak Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank. These are mostly the bank account I have seen student or parents are having their funds into. Okay, so I hope the financial part is clear, right? 3 forms you can have your funds available: fixed deposit, saving bank account, education loan. Total should be your 1 year of tuition fee and 1 year of living expenses, the balance one. Okay, not necessary in the same bank or one type of fund. You can have different ways, and some should be equal to what is available, what is required to be shown. Okay, fund should be old format I have shown you. Now next point we will see is consent letter. Now if this fund is available in applicant's parents bank account, in applicant's parents bank account, so you need to take a letter from your parents that that they are okay, you're going outside for UK for studies, and the funds available in fixed deposit or saving bank account is available for you to use for your education purpose. This is the matter you should have on your consent letter. Okay, duly signed by your parents, a name of parents. It could be one, it could be, say for example, your father is having the funds, so name of your father should be mentioned. And if the funds are available in father as well as in mother's bank account, then both names should be available. Name of both of your parents should be available, right? Should be mentioned over here. Cut. So this consent letter. Cut. Now next is consent letter. So suppose if you have the funds available in your parents' bank account, right? So you need to take a consent letter from your parents that you can use these funds, alright? So in UK they're required to see the permission that you have got permission to use the funds. So this is the format. Okay, if it is only by one of your parents, then it is singular. If it is the funds are available in the mother as well as in father's account, then you should mention, instead of I, you should be mentioning we over here, and mother's name and father name both should be mentioned in the consent letter with duly signed, right? Okay. Now, okay, one important thing which I would like to get into your notice, that if okay, cut. One important thing which I would like to get into your notice is the bank account, the funds which you're showing, that bank account should be either on the parent's name or on applicant name. There should not be any kind of a joint account with maybe say applicant sibling or your uncle, your aunt. So the joint account, if it is joint account, it should not be out of these three people. Who are these three people? Father, mother, or applicant. Okay, I hope I am making things clear to you. So suppose if your father has the funds in his bank account and it is joint account with your mother, this will be fine. If your father has bank account and that is having joint account with let's say your sister, that will not work. Okay, so it has to be prefer having the single account holder. If it is joint account holder, it should be either one of these three people, right? Very important. I have seen students coming to me saying that my CAS request has been rejected. Very important. Now next document which is required for the CAS request is TB test. Some universities will give you a CAS statement without having this TB test report. Some university and many university will ask for TB test. This TB test report is valid for 6 months. Okay, this is valid for 6 months. So for example, if you're going for September 23, okay, so you're very sure about the university which you are going, then you can go for the TB test 6 months before. Okay, not before 6 months, during this 6 months. All right. Okay, now this is how the TB test reports look like. So as you can see, it is you have UKVI logo here, UK pre-departure TB detection program. So you cannot do TB test from any random clinic or any random pathology. It has to be from the approved list of the clinic. Okay, so if you type on Google UKVI approved clinic for TB test, you will get the list of clinics available. But if you don't want to take risk, you can again WhatsApp to us. We will provide you the list of designated clinics where you can go for TB test. Students who are enrolled with us, the list of designated clinics are mentioned in your Dropbox in visa documents folder number 9 if you see. Okay, so you need to have the list of approved clinic, take an appointment from there and then go for it. Now for TB test, what are the documents you need to carry along with you? For TB test, you need to have the offer letter of the university. Then you need to have a photograph, a passport size photo, then you should have your passport. Carry original passport, right? Carry original passport. If you want, then you can take a Xerox also, but carry original passport. They are not going to take your passport. They will check your passport and then they will do the TB test. You will get this TB test report usually within 24 hours. Okay, usually you get it in 24 hours. Okay, so say if you're going to Mumbai, Bangalore or Pune for TB test, you go on day 1, but go early in the morning, and you might get the TB test report by evening itself, or max to max second day. Okay, so this is required. All right. Okay, so next is when to request for CAS. So I hope the documents required to request for CAS, that's clear. One is financial document, second is the TB test. Okay, when can you request for CAS? You can, it depends, it varies university to university, but usually university open the window to request for CAS 120 days prior to the course starting date. Okay, so if your course is starting, let's say on 15th of September, so 120 days means 4 months, so 15th of September, so you can minus 4 months, so 15 August, 15 July, June and May. So in that case, you can start requesting for CAS post 15 May. Before that, university will not entertain your request application. Okay, and this CAS request also has a deadline. You cannot like request anytime. Okay, it has also got deadlines, so be aware about the deadline. It varies university to university. Which is your university? You can comment in the comment in this video, and I can help you out in finding the deadline. Or for personalized advice, connect on WhatsApp. Okay, how to request for CAS? So there is a third-party application, CAS Shield. So university will send you the CAS Shield link by email. Okay, and you need to create your login credential on that CAS Shield, and then follow the procedure as mentioned over there. More or less, they will ask these documents to be submitted. Okay, which we have already discussed. Second, there are a few universities which are using university portal. So I'm sure if you have received the offer letter, you must have accepted the offer letter from university portal. So there you will find one tab for CAS request or visa procedure. So every different university has different universities, they use different terminology, but mostly it will be CAS request or visa procedure, something like that. All right. And third is by email. So there are certain universities which are still following the old school method by sending the email. So you need to send them email along with the documents which you have, and you will find a CAS application. Okay, CAS application of that university. So usually it's either in Excel form or PDF form which you need to fill, and along with your supporting document you need to send it to your university. Okay, so this is what about CAS and how to request CAS. Some university might also ask some additional document, for example your passport. Okay, so you need to send your passport. Yeah, you might have a question in mind that I have already sent my passport during the application. It's okay if they want to have it again, send it, because CAS department is different. and department which is releasing the offer letter is different. Okay, so they might ask you to send the passport once again. Send clear copy. Send clear copy. I have seen students sending just take photo from their phone and send it. Don't do that way. Even if you're taking photo from your phone, it has to be clearly visible. Try zooming in and see it should not get pixelated. All right. So this is it in this particular video. I hope you understood this stage of applying for CAS. What is CAS? Again, if you have got any question, our WhatsApp number is showing up on the screen here. You can get in touch with us for any kind of format, list of approved banks, list of approved clinics to go for TB test. And the students who are enrolled with us, you already have these samples in your Dropbox. Financial document, you will find a set of samples for loan disbursement letter, loan letter. Loan letter also has a specific format, and list of approved TB test centers, list of approved bank where you can show the money. Okay, so if you're watching this video during the March to June, then this will be a very important video for you. I hope you got a lot of information, important information. Thank you so much. I will see you in next video in which we'll discuss about visa and then enrollment. All right. Bye bye.